Hello and welcome to all. Welcome to the start of one of the monuments of the cycling season, the Vlaanderen Classic. It's a race for true specialists with its... Now... roads, cobblestone hills and never-ending changes of direction. This Belgian classic only crowns a highly talented rider. The breakaway has 30 seconds lead. Time gap stabilized. The gap is decreasing. The peloton has not given up. The breakaway has 30 seconds lead. Time gap stabilized. The gap is decreasing. The peloton has not given up.
The breakaway is upping the tempo at the head of the race. It doesn't intend to be caught up that easily.
"30 seconds lead for the head of the race. The break is still not done. It's difficult to escape today. The riders are coming to the first feed zone. The race will then enter a more intense phase with the appearance of the first short climbs along the riders' route. First hill for the riders to climb, the Oude Kwaremond, 2,200 meters of cobblestones at 4%. Undoubtedly one of the best known of the Flemish hills. The riders will have to climb it 3 times during the day.
They're riding hard behind. This isn't the moment to relax.
New hill in sight, the Kortekeer, 1,000 metres at 6.4%. No cobblestones on this hill, though. The riders can take advantage of a well-tarmacked road. Now it's the Edelaarberg that rises up before the riders.
The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
Excluding cobblestone hills, the riders are now onto the penultimate cobblestone sector, Haaghoek, 2,000 metres. It will be immediately followed by the Leberg, a 950-metre hill with an average slope of 4.2%. The next hill, Ten Bosse, lies within the municipality of Brakel. It is one of the rare hills that sits inside a town. The riders will soon be at the Mecca of cycling, the Muur van Gerardsbergen. Now that it sits far from the finish, its role as final arbiter climbed inside the final kilometers no longer applies, but it still remains a strategic location that could decide the race.
The end of the stage is not far off. Stay awake. It will soon start to move in the peloton. Understood. Stick to the wheels in front, whatever happens.
The second feed zone is in sight for the front of the race. Serious business will soon begin with a succession of closely spaced hills.
Okay, I'll consume a feed.
We'll have to keep something in reserve if we want to get away in the final kilometers. Here we go again, starting with the Pottelberg, 1,350 meters on an average slope of 6.5%. Now the Canaryberg stands before the riders. 1 kilometer on an average slope of 6.5%. From the top, the riders will drop down into the town of Kluisbergen for a second ascent to the Oude Kvaremont. The front of the race is starting the second ascent to the Oude Kvaremont. The race is entering its final phase. Each hill can now prove decisive. Now on towards the Patterberg for the front of the race. Now it's the Patterberg, the shortest hill on the route. Only 360 metres, but also the steepest with its average slope of 12.9%. The riders are at the foot of the daunting Koppenberg, 600 metres at an average of 12% and a maximum slope of 22%, a real wall. The race will now take to the final cobblestone sector on the route. It has the particularity of harbouring a hill that sits in the middle of the sector, the Steenbeek-Dries. It's the turn of the Tyenberg to be climbed by the riders. It won't be long before the riders are at the Kruisberg, the longest hill on the route. That will leave the Oude-Kvaremont Paterberg sequence on which to land a killer blow before reaching the finishing line in Oudenaarde.
I'll go full out on the relay.
The Kruisberg is 2.5 kilometers long, an average of only 5%, but after 240 kilometers in the saddle, it will surely appear too much for many riders. Only 20 kilometers left for the men in front. Only the Oude-Kvaremont and the Paterberg remain for them to sort out a hierarchy and avoid a sprint finish. No one's managed to get away on the Oude-Kvaremont. Now on towards the Paterberg. The last hill of the day, the Paterberg. At the top, there will be 13 kilometers before the finishing line is reached.
Okay, I'll put in a big acceleration. Make a big effort on the relay.
Only 10 kilometers left now. It's flat all the way to the line. He's moving on to the attack. Attack! No need to ask questions. Another 5 kilometers. It's very tight. The gaps are slim. It's difficult to say who will win. He's trying to get out of the peloton. Watch out. He's trying to get out. Watch out. Final kilometre for the man in the front. He mustn't crack. His pursuers are right behind.
Watch out! You'll soon have no more energy for an attack.
Ladies and gentlemen.